Hey guys, so I am uploading this week, but it's just gonna be the audio portion, no pictures or video or music. I had a lot of trouble this week, starting off with the fact that it was just me. I almost didn't record whatsoever, and then and then I thought I got all the pictures because I did it the way that you're supposed to, and then it didn't save all of them, so I just realized when I was about to start editing the pictures. Right, okay, so I thought I downloaded the pictures, right, because I did it the way I did it last week, when I got them in, and then I spent about an hour and a half trying to find a way to convert YouTube videos and being able to download them because the website that I used last week stopped working for whatever reason. It didn't let me do it this week. So yeah, I spent an hour and a half on that, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just do pictures, and then I realized not all the pictures downloaded, and I really just don't want to deal with it. So yeah, this podcast is very scuffed. Not very good. So sorry. It'll definitely be better next week. And I just realized how long I talked. I'm so sorry. Okay, here you go. Here's the podcast. Hey guys, the Nerd here, back with, I believe it's episode 4 now of the podcast. It's just me this week. I don't know what happened to Casey. Disappeared off the planet. It's gonna be a short one. There's not a lot. I feel like there's probably more news this week. I haven't had my phone this week, so I couldn't check the news, and then when I did, I know for a fact that some of it didn't make the cut. Whatever. Okay. Start with Marvel. Kevin Feige. So he talks about the fact that he basically tells us that Captain Marvel 2 is going to be a prequel. He was talking about how she hasn't been on Earth for a long time, and 20 years. And so, I mean, there's a war going on. And I don't know what happened in the movie, or if they meant it like that. They didn't really explore the war. They didn't really explain the war that well in the first one. So it would just make sense for them to explain it in Captain Marvel 2 and do a prequel, which I'm fine with. I don't need Captain Marvel in, because she'll probably make a bunch of cameos in movies, whatever, and the third one might be, a movie that takes place in modern times. So Russo brothers, they talk about the Endgame trailers, specifically the third one, or the second one, I don't remember which one, but they talk about how there are some lies in the trailer. One of the lies is one of the scenes where Captain America is standing there in a New York road or whatever, with Iron Man, and they shake hands, and Iron Man was like, "Do you trust me?" And Cap was like, "Yes." So that is not actually in the movie. And a lot, they did this in Infinity War too. Not Infinity War 2, but Infinity War as well in that trailer. I don't really like when they lie in the trailers. It's a little annoying. I get that you're trying to mislead us so we don't get hints. For this movie, I don't mind it that much just because of the stakes of this movie. But I also would prefer if they kept it, honest in the trailer. Kevin Feige, he also talks about the fact that the X-Men, it's going to take a long time for them to enter in the MCU. Just obviously, Dark Phoenix and the New Mutants are yet to come out, even if they come out on a streaming service. That still has to happen. it's kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, it's like you already have a bunch of franchises you have to finish, and we already have a Fantastic Four release date, so they can do the Fantastic Four, and that's fine for now. Because I feel like that should be their number one priority, just because that's the one that has the name tainted in red the most, I guess. Like that's the one that they want to make sure people know is good. If that makes sense. So it makes sense. It's a little unfortunate. I'm assuming it's going to take 3 to 4 years until they start working on something X-Men, or they're probably working on it until they like announce that they're working on it. We got a Morbius set photo for the Morbius movie. It's just him with some blood on his face. Not much. Obviously he's gonna transform through the movie. That's just that. Just something he put out there. Nothing much about that. So the Russo brothers, and they basically talked about something that a lot of people have been talking about. Something that's been in I feel like the back of a lot of people's minds once the Fox deal was done. So they talk about how Deadpool would kind of break the MCU in events, because like if he was in Infinity War, okay, let's take Infinity War. The snap would have happened. He would have been like, "Don't worry, it's just a movie," something like that. Like that would ruin the moment. And they've done this in comics. He hasn't been in a lot of events because he's a fourth wall breaking character, and a lot of the major events in comics are very serious, and he would just ruin it. And it's very unfortunate. He's a great character, and I definitely think will probably take a seat and be a side character for most of the MCU. Might get a cameo. It's just going to be very different from what we got in the movies in 2016 and then 2018. Still quirky, funny Deadpool, but I feel like he's going to have... the character's going to know when to be serious just because of the nature of the MCU. So, Avengers Endgame is officially done. They could release it right now if they wanted to, and it'd be perfectly done. I was surprised when I read this. I thought it was done last year, like late last year, early this year, just because they filmed it the same time of Infinity War. Okay, so they've confirmed with a logo that Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show is happening. And they did that with Scarlet Witch as well. We never got a logo. We didn't get a logo for Scarlet Witch and Vision. But they did announce that is happening, which is really cool. I'm excited for that, especially the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Might get like some banter there of like, oh, I should be Captain, something like that. That'd be fun. And the Scarlet Witch and Vision, it might take them the 2 years between Civil War and Infinity War as like some of their adventures. Which as of right now makes sense because Vision's dead right now because of Infinity War. But depending on what happens in Endgame, it could be after Endgame, which would also be cool. You know, a lot of the current characters, they're kind of like settling down, if that makes sense. They're not going to be as mainstream as they were, at least I think, because obviously they want to make room for the new characters, so they're going to take the current characters, bring them back a little bit, and so this could be their stories, their adventures that they still do, like, because villains, whatever. The third show that they did announce is the What If TV show is confirmed. It's an animated film, or not film, series, TV show. All the MCU actors will be voicing their roles in the animated. And so the first episode plan. They released it. It's sorry, I have to plug in my computer. So it's Steve Rogers doesn't get the super soldier serum, and Peggy Carter does. And I think Steve Rogers gets like a prototype Iron Man suit, something like that. If I were to guess, I'd guess like it's gonna be a 3 to 5 episode series within a season for each part, maybe, just so they can establish it a little bit more. And it's cool because obviously it's not canon in the MCU, but we never really got to explore Cap and Peggy, the way they would interact with each other. But this would give us, even though their situations are different, they're still the same people, so we get to see their relationship expand a little bit more. So Kevin Feige confirmed that after Spider-Man Far From Home, they will be releasing their 5-year plan of movies with the release dates and the film names. That's exciting. Really cool. I don't know how far after Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm assuming it'll be at like the Comic-Con, like right after, if that's something that's happening. Kumail Nanjiani is in talks for the Eternals. He was in that comedy film that my mom watched that I walked in on, and I don't remember what it was. The Big Sick, that's what it's called. So, yeah, that's cool. He does comedies. So he would give like a comedic aspect to the Eternals, which is cool. Another Feige thing, this is our last Marvel news. Kevin Feige, he says that Guardians of the Galaxy, because obviously it was delayed with the whole James Gunn scandal, he says that Guardians 3 getting delayed does not affect the MCU timeline, which was something I was worried about, like it might screw them up with their plans of their what they're trying to do. But it's not. We have no DC news this week. Alright, Star Wars. So there's a book coming out which focuses on Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi's relationship in a book. I don't know when it's getting released, but that's interesting. We haven't really seen that. We didn't really see it that much in The Phantom Menace. They didn't really explore it because that movie didn't have a lot of character development. Before I start bashing that movie, let me move on. J.J. Abrams almost turned down directing Episode 7. Which probably would have meant Rian Johnson would have directed the whole trilogy, which would have meant we would have gotten a cohesive trilogy. Maybe not a very good trilogy, but at least it would have not contradicted itself every film. So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order video game got a logo and is being released on November 15th. The logo is very simple, not much to it. And we'll talk about the trailer it got later on. So the Mandalorian TV show will be released right on the release of Disney Plus, which we'll talk about the release date later on. But that's cool. I'm excited for that show. Speaking of The Mandalorian, though, Jon Favreau, he wants the stakes of The Mandalorian to be as high as The New Hope. Which could happen if it's like, I don't know, The Mandalorian that's like a terrorist, something like that. That's cool. So what you can expect. Episode 9 got a name, and a trailer. We'll talk about the trailer in a little bit. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. That's what it's called, right? Hold on. I feel like I got the name wrong. Star Wars, The Rise. Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker. Wowee. It's not a bad name. It's not a very creative name. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the name. We'll talk about the trailer in a little bit. Okay, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order got a trailer. Here we go. Let's talk about it. Woohoo! It looks very interesting. It looks like it takes place in the time of Rogue One. Just by the way, like it seemed like Order 66 had just happened. I'm assuming from what the trailer it looked like, if my best guess would be like this guy was a Padawan. I'm assuming it takes place like directly after Order 66 or a few years later. He was a Padawan. He saw his master die, something like that. It's gonna be about his story. There's probably gonna be a fight. I'm really excited. I love the way the graphics look, and I'm super hyped for this game. And I'll probably get it when it gets out. Obviously, it's EA, so they'll probably screw it up somehow because it's EA. But yeah. All right, so movie trailers. Avengers Endgame. We got like a minute, 15-second scene thing from the Avengers Endgame. If you saw it and you were worried it contained spoilers, believe me, it does not. I watched it coming in really scared that it would. There's no spoilers whatsoever in it. One of the things in the first Avengers Endgame trailer, or the second one, that I did not like was like, I thought it was kind of stupid, the way like Thor just got his hammer and Captain Marvel smiled or whatever, and he was like, I like this one. That was kind of stupid to me, but the minute 15-second scene that they released explains why that happened. I love the energy between each character. Just the MCU has great chemistry. Okay, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker trailer. Here we go. I thought the beginning scene where she's like in the desert or whatever, Kylo Ren's coming at her. I hated the way she like turned. I thought it was just really over dramatic. But I have to say, when she jumped over the ship part, that was incredible, and I loved it so much. It was really cool. And after that, though, I was loving the trailers. We saw Lando Calrissian, which is great. Stuff like that. I'm excited. I was really excited. And then I heard the laugh. The laugh of Emperor Palpatine. That guy. Okay. I get we didn't really explore Palpatine at all. But that was fine for me. Honestly, it was cool that we got a villain that, like, we knew he was evil, and we knew he was bad, but we didn't know much about him in the original trilogy, right? And then we got his backstory in the prequels. His story is done, and he had a cool death, too, in the original trilogy. And then bringing him back, and it doesn't make me happy. That's like about as annoying as when they had Captain America meet Peggy Carter right before she dies in Winter Soldier. That annoyed me because at the end of Captain America, they had an amazing line that was, I had a date. Something like that. That was an amazing line. That was such a fulfilling end. And then they ruined it in the Winter Soldier. I had a fulfilling ending with the Emperor, and them doing that, bringing him back in episode 9, is just annoying to me. And I don't like that. I just don't like that. So that ruined the trailer for me, personally. Okay, let's go to TV shows now. So November 12th, Disney Plus will be released. November 12th, I'm probably going to buy it. Remember, like I said earlier, The Mandalorian will be released on November 12th, right when Disney Plus gets released. I'm super hyped. Now, this movie series, really, I don't, I watched when I was a kid. Monsters Inc. So, any fans of Monster Inc. out there, they're getting a TV show with the original cast, which is cool. I will not watch it at all. But if you are a big fan of Monsters Inc., you know it's out there. So that's what, like, yeah, okay. That this short podcast, not much to it this week. Unfortunately, Casey wasn't here. But yeah, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, turn notifications on. You know the drill because every YouTuber says it. Goodbye. Have a good one. Hey guys, I was just going through my phone to start editing, and I realized I missed one of the topics from Marvel. Hawkeye also has his own TV show getting in the works, which is really cool because I personally think Hawkeye's a cool character. But he was never really explored in the MCU, so them doing that is just, in my opinion, really cool and something I'd really like to see. So, yeah, just thought I'd add that at the end. Have a good day, like, subscribe, that stuff. Bye.